makes a village, bringing food sustainability to students.
Our objective is to educate the student body, specifically village residents, about food sustainability and help promote a culture of home gardening through the establishment of a community gardening club.
One of the goals of this course was to identify the framework for societal response that will transition humanity to a more sustainable future. Establishing a community garden is a direct means of accomplishing this at a local level. The project will address these goals by engaging village residents in a garden geared towards sustainable farming techniques and educating them on how to minimize their individual ecological footprints. Alright, so right now we're in the Torrey Pines Center South. We just got out of a meeting with Todd Pittman, who's the Director of Landscape Architecture at UCSD, and he gave us a little more information on how to proceed with our garden.
We are currently scouting out plots for a possible garden in the village. The criteria that we are looking for in a plot, as we look at them, are low pedestrian traffic to prevent people from walking through the garden. We're also looking for access to potable water to irrigate the garden. And lastly, we're looking for a plot that has sufficient sunlight in order to allow the plants to grow.
Majority of the plants in our village are irrigated by reclaimed water. However, the city does not allow the consumption of reclaimed water, so our garden must be accessible to potable water.
So right now we're in front of the village market on East Village.
We are getting people as they pass by, educating them about food sustainability.
Definitely, well, if you look at these tables right here, we have some information about where food comes from, local versus travel from other countries.
Oh,
If you look at these charts, we have things showing when vegetables or fruits are in season, when they're not in season, but they're still sold in the market in the US.
And local foods versus foods coming from further away, and trying to gauge interest in a community garden at the village. And we have been gathering emails and names of those who are interested so that they can join the club that will form.
So Chrissy, what made you want to join Torrey's community garden?
Well, I think it would be a very good idea to have a community garden here in the village, so all village residents and other UCSD students could have fresh fruits and vegetables year long.
Well, it would be nice not to buy my tomatoes from Mexico. I think it's going to help bring together the community and give us all a goal to work towards, which is getting more local foods and wasting less resources on having to import all of our fruits and vegetables.
Great, thank you. For our first general body meeting as Torrey's Garden, we came to the La Jolla Farmers Market this Sunday on the 30 Best on campus.
We wanted to educate our members about buying locally and the importance of community agriculture.
We interviewed the food vendors and asked them about their thoughts.
Usually it's more trustworthy if you know who's growing your food, because usually if you eat locally, you know the person who's growing your food.
Where we put our bees, there's been no pesticides on the ground.
We use avocados from San Diego, so we use local products.
We also took advantage of fresh produce to fill our kitchens with yummy produce.
As a new club member, I learned a lot today. I learned that you can actually afford food here. It's not an elitist thing.
In the future, we will continue working with the administration to get the garden improved. As well, we will continue our social media presence to educate village residents about sustainable and local eating.
My name's Nick, and I was the club coordinator, so I was in charge of finding out what was necessary, what steps needed to be taken in order to form the club.
My name's Maddie Walsum. As contact coordinator, I was in charge of being the liaison between administrators and the club. I researched who needed to be contacted to get permission to start the garden, and I sent out all of the emails to those people.
I'm Paula. I am the garden coordinator. I was in charge of logistics, such as doing the cost and benefit analysis. This cost and benefit analysis will be used for future gardeners to know what is necessary to build a garden. And I was also in charge of designing the preliminary diagrams for the garden.
Hi, my name is Annie, and I was in charge of publicity and marketing. I helped get the word out about the club and the garden and help recruit new members through tabling in front of the village and social media.
My name is Megan, and I was the videographer and editor of this project.
Through our direct action project, we learned there are a lot of bureaucratic steps and paperwork needed in order to establish both a community garden and a club at the university.
We also learned that there's a huge potential for students to reduce their carbon footprint by growing their own fruits and vegetables right here on campus.
By working with other gardens, we learned that having an official organization is very important because a community is needed to maintain a garden.
We also learned that many village residents were interested in our village garden.
It fosters a lot of interaction among the students.
Supports the environment.
It gives people a better perspective on what they're eating.
Promotes a healthy lifestyle.
You're going to get the best product out there.